I'm not sure about this one, Beep. The tracks bend a lot. I hope I'm not sick. Beep! I've changed my mind, let's get off. Ah! Radial-G review for the PlayStation VR. Let's begin! First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. This is a spaceship racing game set on anti-gravity tracks. There is a total of 7 ships you can pilot and 9 tracks you can race them on. The tracks are very fun to race on and you can steer your ship 360 degrees around them most of the time. You will need good reaction speeds, as a lot of the time you will be dodging obstacles at the very last second. It feels great to succeed and narrowly miss something. It's also quite scary when gravity has returned on sections of the track and you have to navigate your way along them. You really don't want to fall into the beam of death. Scattered around the tracks are boosts that briefly make your ship go faster. You can also go through certain areas that store boosts that you can use whenever you want. Ramps with boosts are also placed around the tracks. It really does feel good to soar through the air. The game comes with several different modes. The first mode is the campaign. Here you'll be completing a variety of races in 3 tiers. The first tier isn't too hard, but the difficulty certainly ramps up in the second. The races found in the tiers include a championship, where you'll do a series of races one after each other to earn points. Hot laps are where you try and beat a lap time. Combat races where you can pick up weapons such as a machine gun, homing missile and a mine. Rival races where you go head on with another pilot. There is also a couple more which all come together to make a very fairish campaign. It's unlikely you'll get bored with it. After each race you'll be rewarded with a cup, depending on how well you did. You'll also receive XP that will increase your pilot level. The second mode is called Race, where you can choose a track and change many modifiers to personalise your experience. And the final mode is Lap Attack, which is basically an endless amount of laps on a track until you want to quit. The game also has multiplayer, but I was unable to find a match. I really hope this game gets a large community, because it would be simply amazing to race other people online. Some ships are locked at the beginning of the game. You unlock them by completing the tiers, and one is unlocked for reaching a pilot level in multiplayer. The ships handle differently and have different cockpits, so it really does give you an incentive to unlock them. Now let's take a look at how immersive it is to sit in one of these ships. You really do feel like you're in the cockpit and there is nothing at all that makes you think otherwise. It is really crisp and clear, including the race information. It truly is amazing to feel like you're in this world, and when you see the upcoming track bending above your head, your instant reaction is to look up through the above window. You turn to do so naturally. Each track can visually appear quite the same, but because of the track layout you can determine them apart. You do get an incredible sense of speed, and the colours of the environments whiz past you believably. You may be going fast, but because of how everything is coloured, you will know exactly where you should be on each track. If you see green and blue, it's good, and red is bad. The menus are presented neatly, and are also very easy to read and navigate. You won't have no trouble at all jumping into your next race. The sound is great, especially when your ship is flying through the air and lands to make an impactful thud. I quite often brace myself for impact. The music is a high point, and you simply must have your headphones turned up to full volume. It really gets your heart pumping in for races. Now let's take a look at the setup and controls for the game. I played this game in a seated position just under 2 meters away from the camera. The head tracking was spot on, and I was able to play quite a few races before feeling motion sick. I am quite good with motion sickness in VR, and the cockpit really does help to make you feel secure and less dizzy. If you have quite a bit of trouble with motion sickness, I really don't think you'll be able to handle this game. This game is played with a DualShock controller. The Move controllers are not supported. Now let's take a look at how long the game is and what trophies come with it. This is a racing game, so there really isn't a real completion time for it. The campaign will keep you busy for quite a long time if you're aiming for a gold cup on each race. There isn't too many trophies to achieve, but if you want all of them, you're going to be investing a lot of time. In total there are 12 trophies to achieve. There is 8 bronze, 3 silver and 1 gold. There is no multiplayer trophies, if you was worried about that. The most time consuming trophies are for reaching player rank level 30 offline and getting all the gold cups in the campaign. It's nice to have one for the gold cups in the campaign. It will really give trophy hunters a challenge and will also give them bragging rights. And now it's time to see what I think of this racer overall. Each time I sat in the cockpit of one of these ships, I couldn't help but think I am in one of these arcade machines. The cockpit is very close to you, and I felt like I was inside the spaceship more so than in other VR titles. The races themselves are incredibly intense, and they are really fun to take part in. I really hope more people jump into this game, because I would certainly be coming back for the online mode. Playing against real people would make each race a lot more thrilling. It has a great selection of modes for an arcade racer, and everything is presented perfectly. If you want one of these in your very own home, look no further than Radial-G. I give Radial-G Racing Revolved a score of 9 out of 10. You was right, Beep. That wasn't too bad. This really is a fun anti-gravity racing game. And if you like racing games, I highly suggest you check this one out. If you found this review entertaining and useful, please give me and Beep a thumbs up. It really does help us out.